G'day guys, welcome to Pathways. We're going to tidy up the 2-year-olds for you very quickly. It's a very short conversation. The Widden Stakes, the Canterbury Stakes in Sydney. We're looking at horses that might want to go to a Blue Diamond or a Golden Slipper. The first race, the fillies version, which is a Group 3, have gone 4.4 lengths slower than the all-average benchmark. Awful figure. Prague's gone 0.8 slow, average to awful figure. I don't think any of these horses are relevant in a Blue Diamond or a Golden Slipper discussion. Do you disagree?
I don't. Away Game has now won the Magic Millions and then went into the Widden Stakes. It's actually improved its overall figure by 2.3 lengths in the Widden Stakes, and that's still about 12 lengths behind Salsabil and a horse like Rulership as well. So that Sydney form's still strong, but I'm not sure these two races
There is that
are
one
strong.
horse which we would probably like to follow if it's ever given a ride, which was
September Run.
September Run. I think there's some merit in the way it ran. Standout was the horse that I think we should talk about very, very, very briefly from Randwick on Saturday. We're not sure where Gerald Ryan wants to go with this horse, but he can train. He's a very hard man to catch. So it'd be interesting to see where they want to go with that horse, Peter.
I think they're talking about the Arrowfield Sprint.
Okay.
As an initial grand final. But I think it and Alizé has just recorded a monster 400 to 200 metre split. Interesting that Rob Scurry, the man who is Alizé's unofficial partner, did not find her on top.
Yeah, but I think it's like he's been...
He was a bit torn between two lovers in this race.
Like that Glamour, who's just continually burnt you.
And now he's got
been friend-zoned. He's been friend-zoned and he doesn't know what he wants to do.
He's got Standout on the scene now. The new man in his life. So anyway, Standout's onto a really big prep, I think.
Clearly the horse to follow from the Randwick meeting. We've touched on the 2-year-olds. Sorry.
I was just going to throw out Colding. He said would be 2 to 3 runs away from being perfect waller.
But he might also retire it, so God help you if you want to follow anything out of that yard. Pick where it wants to go. The 2-year-olds in Melbourne we've covered. I don't think any of them are going to compete in Blue Diamond.
Good.
Happy to say that. Now, on our first episode of the Pathways, Peter Pistol.
Yes.
You leopard print wearing little magnet, you borderline alcoholic. We touched on a horse, a 3-year-old colt, Alabama Express. I believe, Allah, God, Buddha, Zeus, Odin, Harry Potter, and LeBron James. I think it's going to the CF Orr. It's shortened heavily in that market. I think MD's riding it, which scares me a little bit, but I think it's going to be a big field. We're in the game here.
So what are we going to do? We're going to back a few others?
I think we should start building a book.
Okay.
Now, last week's episode of Pathways, punters and dribblers. Punters and dribblers. And dribbler. We mentioned a horse, Ring-a-Ding-Ding, who was enormous, savaged the line, Charlie Sheen style, in the Australia Stakes there, over 1,200 metres, first up at Moonee Valley. I believe it's headed to the CF Orr. $26 currently available at some of the plastics, 21 at others. I think anything above sort of $17 to $16 is a decent wager, especially if you followed us in on the first episode and you've got 21 plus on Alabama Express, who's now sort of $6-ish. I want to be with Ring-a-Ding-Ding as well. And I think Night's Watch will go there. I love the way it trialled in Sydney. This is a dynamic horse. I don't love it at Caulfield, but I think if it's a smallish field, which I think it might be, it probably gets the services of the GOAT, D. Oliver. I think I want to be with those 3 to knock off Scales of Justice and hope that Scales of Justice has a little bit of a flat second run.
What price do you think Scales of Justice probably starts? It'll be short, though, you would imagine.
Well, it's Lindsay Smith yard. It might go 4s into 2s or 4s to 8s.
Yeah.
Again, we're just praying to each and every god we've ever heard of that it goes 4s to 8s.
And then we can...
The 3-year-old form is the strong grouse. The good stuff, you know what I'm saying?
A few exciting horses there.
It's real sort of spot on. And that's what we're with Alabama Express.
Yep, it's a good brew.
It's our main play. We want to strengthen our book here with Ring-a-Ding-Ding and have a little bit, just a nibble, just a little...
Something.
Night's Watch. Anything else we should talk about?
I don't think so.
Bye.